Hello. Welcome back to BIM and Beyond. In this video, we will learn more of Dynamo by understanding how lists work. Let's get started. It is essential to understand how list functions when working with Dynamo scripts. Lists will form a fundamental basis for building logics. In this video, we will learn about some of the most commonly used list functions. Open up Revit project. Go to Manage tab. Under Visual Programming, select Dynamo. Before starting the new topic, let's have a small recap. Back into Dynamo workspace. We have the menu bar at the top. Next is the toolbar, library, execution bar, preview mode, zoom, pan, etc. Going back to library, let's open the point by coordinates node, again. Input, output, node name, lacing, if you search in the library with the node name, you will find the same node. The node can also be searched by simply right-clicking on the workspace. These are the different methods of creating a node. Back to today's topic, understanding lists. Under list, we have multiple classification like generate, inspect, match, modify, and organize. Under these classifications, there are some important list functions, which we will cover in this video. The first one is range. In the node input, we have start, end, step. The input can be a number, or a letter. We will create number nodes for the start value, end value, and step value. After connecting the node with inputs, the script is executed. We can see the results of our script where the start number is 1, end number is 50, and the step value is 5. The result is, the numbers incremented in steps of 5, between 1 and 50. We'll repeat the same script with different set of inputs, where the start is A, end is C, and the increment value is 1. We can find that the result is a list of alphabets from A to Z. Based on the input value, the list is created. Next, we will see Sequence node. Sequence, as the name suggests, will create a list of numbers, or strings, based on the input value. We will create a sequence with same input as range, and compare the results. Unlike range node, in sequence we provide the amount of list indices. When we compare the number of indices in sequence and range, there is a difference. We will change the sequence amount to 10, to get the same list as range. We will repeat the sequence node with string input. In Dynamo, we have something called code block. Code blocks support design scripts inside Dynamo for executing functions. Code block can be accessed from library menu, or by simply double-clicking on the workspace. With code block, we will create numbers and strings and use them as inputs. In a code block, a string must be represented inside double quotes. You can play around with different input values and compare the results, for better insight. Next, we will talk about list create, where we can combine multiple lists and make into one single list. In our example, we will combine the output of number and alphabet sequence and create a new list. Now, we have a new list where the numbers and alphabets are grouped as 0 list and 1 list. Here, 0 and 1 are the list indices. We can use list transpose to combine the values based on their indices. This is similar to the transpose function in Microsoft Excel. In our example, we have 50 indices in the first list and 23 indices in the second list, which led to creation of null values. When we used list create node, it combined the lists and grouped them based on input. Similarly, there is a list join node, which will join two or more lists together. However, in list join, there will not be any grouping and the list will follow one after the other. With flatten node, we can simplify the output of list create node, and get a similar result as list join. That's the beauty of Dynamo. There are multiple ways to reach a common destination and it entirely depends on the user to use right node, at right place. Next, we will see Getitem at index node. This node will pick up the items at the specified indices. For example, we will input the index value as 0. The result is the item that has the index value 0. For instance, if we want to grab the first item at all the indices, then we can choose the level as L2. This will pick items from next level, which has the index value 0. There are some null values in the list. This can be cleared by using list clean node. The null entries are deleted. List management is the key in creating a working script. Next, we will take a look into Shift Indices node. This node will be useful when there is a requirement to shift the indices by a certain amount. If we take a look at the result, the list is shifted. That is, the items at the bottom is now moved to top for filling up the indices 0 to 4. And the remaining items are shifted accordingly. The input amount can be changed to a negative value, to reverse the function. List Deconstruct, another frequently used list node. The node separates the first item of the list from the remaining items. This will be useful when you are working with Excel data, and want to skip the first item of a list and use the rest of the items, or vice versa. Another node, which does a similar function, would be Drop Items node. In this node, we can define the amount of items that needs to be dropped from the list. On comparison, the changes made to the list is clearly visible. With a negative input, the items will be removed from bottom of the list. In case you want to remove an item at every nth occurrence, Drop Every Nth Item node can be used. We can also specify an offset value, which will ignore the items until the specified offset value and start removing the nth item after the offset. To summarize, we started with range and sequence nodes. List Create, List Transpose, List Join, List Flatten, Get Item at Index, List Clean, Shift Indices, List Deconstruct, Drop Items, Drop Every Nth Item, Above all, you can also go to Library and expand list nodes to go through the available list of nodes. You can try the available list nodes, and in case of any query, post it in comments section.